Afternoon, good evening, or late evening for some. I'm actually hosting today's live a little bit later than usual. It's been a busy day. It's one of those days, right? So because of my commitment, I'm committed to show up. So I'm showing up now. So good afternoon to you here in Chicago. Some minutes to 2 p.m. here, and I know it's 3 on the East Coast. So thank you for joining. If you're joining, do drop a comment, drop a note, drop a question. And if this is your first time of joining my live, welcome. My name is Toyin. Call me Coach Toyin. I teach entrepreneurship and international trade, and I also serve as a leadership and success coach. Today, I'm actually talking about how to expand your capacity for more growth, right? Because the leadership program that I've developed and launched this month, it's really helping people to expand. Good afternoon, Peter. Good afternoon to you too, as well. And podcast. Okay, this is my first time. Thank you. Welcome. So, hello to Instagram. Instagram is right here. LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Okay, I hope I didn't miss anybody. But thank you so much for being here. So, today we're talking about how to expand your capacity for more growth. To start with, I'm going to use an analogy. Okay, so bear with me. When it comes to leadership and success, there are levels, there are levels, and there's a mindset to it. A lot of times, when people don't understand those levels, they settle where they are at. So let me use this analogy, okay? Let's say when a child is 1 year old, right, the child has a lot of reliance on the parents. So as parents, we bottle feed them, we give them food, we're responsible for their care. When that child grows up to 5 year old, guess what we're going to do? Bring your plates. I'm not coming to you. You know where the plate is, you know where your CP cup is. Bring it, I'll serve you. Okay, so the child is maturing. When the child turns maybe 9 or 10, guess what? Serve yourself. When there's a line, there's a party, and there's a buffet. That child is old enough to now take their own plate and scoop what they need. When that child becomes, let's say, preteen or maybe 14-year-old, guess what we're going to say? I'm hungry, mommy. Look into the pantry, look into the fridge, fix something for yourself. Like, I'm busy. Fix it. I've done my part. Cook. You go fix it. Okay. Right? 14. Once they start getting into like late teens, 18, 19, guess what? Make that food and even me, I'll eat. Like responsibility. And then as adults, we kick them out of the house, right? I'm here in US. So people in US understand what I mean. And then guess what we say as adults? You look for your money, you go to the supermarket, you shop for the ingredients, you come to your house, cook and clean up. But there's another level to that. Okay? You move from being single to more, you are now responsible not just for yourself, but for a family, a single family. Right? Now you're not just worrying about making money for you. You're like, I have responsibility, I have school fees, I have all of that. Okay, that's fine. But there's also another level to it, grandpa level, grandpa, grandma. You're responsible for the village. People that are not in your personal care, they will come to you, will find, they will seek you out, right? People that are not directly your responsibility, they will seek you out. So leadership has level. So on the success journey, whether you're, say, professional in a workplace or you're an entrepreneur, there are levels to all of these things based on leadership and personal development. So if you're someone right now still, pardon me, allow me to use this word, whining, somebody owes me this, somebody should be doing this, I'm here because somebody didn't do this, right? Meaning you are outsourcing a responsibility that is yours. You just want to assess, where are you on that journey? Are you much at the success level or leadership level where you're a vice president, not just worrying about yourself, but your team and the needs of the people on your team? So leadership is about maturing, right? Beyond just somebody owing you something. But if you're entry level in a corporation, Your boss will be babying you, right? Analyst, fresh, we just employed, we want to treat you well, we want you to have a good experience, right? We'll do everything for you, right? But when you want to move up to leadership responsibility, you want to move up, you want to be promoted, guess what they are looking at you, right? Sometimes they'll say you're not ready. You need to start asking questions. What do you mean? Because usually, right, they put people on development plan, leadership development, project programs, succession planning, because they also realize that if they just put you in a certain position of influence and leadership, if you're not ready, you're not ready. That the responsibility may crush you. You're going to complain yourself too. Because the people at that level take responsibility. Like, it's when they say the buck stops here. Like, no matter who broke the glass, no matter who spilled the milk, no matter who did ABCD, because I'm the leader, I have to fix it. I have to resolve it. I have to address it. And guess what? I have to go out there and seek opportunities. I have to go out there, fish, hunt, and bring it home to feed the family. So, expanding your capacity is, how do you prepare for more? Right? This is what my program is about. Your communication skills, because if you're still at a level where you say, oh, this is how I talk, people should accept you. You are at the infant level. Just admit it. Toddlers and tantrum, they don't care, right? They don't care about the parents. I want what I want when I want it. That's really where it is. Let's just admit it. Oh, they didn't promote me. I get it. In my program, you will learn how to get what you need productively in life. I'll give you the tools. Because part of this, okay, there was a session I did about getting what you want, right? And I'll dive into it more for those who enroll in my program. You want to go to toyinumesiri.com and learn more. So here's the thing. There's internal dialogue within ourselves. I know what I want. I know what I need, even as an entrepreneur, right? But there's a filter. You need to filter based on criteria. Some of those filters are corrupted. You can't see clearly. Clarity. And then the skill you have to command your messaging, communication skill. It's not everything. You have to, okay. Communication. There's power, your written and spoken words, and how you understand your stakeholders and how you communicate to them is what will determine if you actually get what you're going to get. Because out here, it's not just about, oh, I want this, I want that. So I want promotion. So you can't badger anybody to give you what you want, but you can influence. Leadership is influence. So how do you influence productively? That's what this is about. How do you build capacity? All of the things, all of the amazing things we all want to do requires a different version of us. We have to be able to operate at a certain level of excellence, right? To build capacity so that when more responsibility comes, you're prepared. You don't crumble, right? Because this is part of character, right? The more pressure they'll be pounding on you, left, right, center. If you've not developed yourself, you will expose all of those things, right? All the internal flaws. So the leadership program and success coaching program I launched and personal development program I launched that you can find at toyinumesiri.com/the game plan is equipping you with 12 strategies that will help you win. It covers mindset, right? It's a success coaching. It's even in business, understanding your stakeholders, your communication, your time management. You right? Listen to me. Everybody out there that you see that they are successful, they've all been given and blessed with the same 24 hours that you and I have. The same exact 24 hours. But they squeeze it out, they make the best of it. We need to start understanding that success belongs to you and it belongs to myself, you and I. It's not just out there. For those who practice its principle, success belongs to you and I. It's about principle, right? It's a lot of mindset. So if you're still, I see Blessing joining. Thank you. Happy New Year. Yes, good to see you. Today we're talking about how to expand your capacity for more. Yes, it's time management, it's stakeholder management, it's communication, it's even self-management. Leadership starts with let's manage ourselves first. Where are we showing up, right? The other day I talked about protocol, like if you want to go into somebody's house, you want to have access to at a certain level, understanding protocols and formalities, right? Because those people operate by different agenda. I see Blessing saying, okay, one of my goals this year is to work on my time management. Fantastic. The program I have is 360 because a lot of times the issues are connected. Everything is connected in my world because I'm as a strategist, I'm not just looking at one dimension. I'm looking at the effects, right? And how things impact each other. So when people say, okay, I want to set a goal setting is one thing, time management is something, communication is something else, right? Mindset is another, wealth creation, business development. I see all those things, but my program is 360s, combining and connecting all the dots. The piece, so for you to set proper goals, you need to be honest and truthful and clear in terms of your intentions, where you are. I found that many people, they in a way unknowingly lie to themselves. You tell yourselves you've arrived when you've not arrived. And because of that, the mind that should be driving you to your destiny, you shut it off. It's like, when you're driving a car, you park your car, the engine cools down, and you go into, right? Mindset. Where are you going? Before you talk about time management, right? You first have to say, what are you trying to achieve? Because what you're trying to achieve is what should dictate where you're investing your time every day. The reason people struggle with time management is because they don't have clear goals. The reason they're doing this and doing that and this and that and that, it doesn't align, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. So my thing is, before we actually talk about time management, we will first, so go to my website, you're going to see the 12 things we work on, and it's sequential. First, power of clarity. Number two, embrace the mindset of a champion, right? Because it's setting you up to win. Because if you don't have the mindset of a winner, of a champion, you can't do another step, which is remove barriers to your success. You won't be able to do that successfully. Because on this journey, when people are doing hurdles, jump, jump, every single day, you have to be jumping. But a lot of times, people that haven't done this work, they build a monument out of the obstacles. Oh, I don't have this, so I can't do that. And I don't have this, so I can't do that. So because I don't have this, I can't do that. Right? Reasons why not. You've created a mountain. But I'm also a Christian that says you can speak to your mountain, right? So that's why mindset. How do you conquer this? Even if it's going to take you a year, settle in your mind that you are going to shift this thing, right? Because if not, remember what I started with, you're at the total level where you're like whining, like, oh, wow, wow. You are putting the responsibility on somebody else. Okay. So any other questions? Actually, today I'm going to keep it short. I have things to do. But my commitment, right? I had to move for me to be doing this. I actually had to shift many things on my calendar, and I had to prioritize education development. That's what I'm prioritizing. That's why I say call me Coach Toy this year. Next year we have another agenda. I used to develop a 3-year, 5-year roadmap strategy, right? So building your capacity for more is personal development, investing in growing self. How I think, how I see the world, confidence level, clarity, communication, tenacity, daily practice, time management, right? All of those things. So I'm combining all of those things and I invite you to register. It's actually next week, Saturday. So register at toyinyumesiri.com, the slash the game plan, 12 strategies for winning. It's a capacity development program for you to achieve success in business and life. All of the amazing things we want to do requires a different version of us. How to expand your capacity is all about foundational component. You know, when we see houses out there, the taller the house, the strong, right? They've the foundation of a 100-story, 120-story building is not the same as a story or two building. So this is not for everybody. I understand. This is not for you if where I mean, that's why uh, I don't get to dictate. Like, I'm just here to the message I have is for leaders of, leaders. I lead leaders and I equip leaders, right? So it's not for everybody, and that's fine. But if you have a big agenda for yourself, right? And you want to be equipped and you want to expand your capacity to be able to do those things successfully. Hopefully, you've seen me, you've watched me, you've seen some of the, I've put those things like what has helped me to do the things I do, right? In fact, I have a good, I have a good news. I've been appointed by the US secretary, something, something. Okay, I'm not joking aside. Actually, yeah, officially, I've been appointed to a leadership role here in Illinois, serving on the Illinois District Export Council. Yeah, so Illinois, here we are. Happy to serve. Right? It's one of those um important roles. Hopefully it's just the beginning. I look forward to more, where we educate, empower Illinois exporters, and then advocate on behalf of Illinois to Washington DC people, right? Anyway, more official announcements will come out there. But yeah, so I'm doing my thing, right? Marching forward. How bad do you want this, right? What are you investing to grow yourself, grow your business, be a leader? Not just in, and again, it's not for everybody. Oh, thank you, thank you. Blessing says congratulations. Ah, yes, thank you, I deserve it. Give there's this social media Instagram thing. Put some respect on my name. I'm also oh my god, social media is one funny thing, man. Like, put some respect on my name. Like, oh, like anytime you want to just chill, just be scrolling, but be careful. Time management, right? When you've done everything you need for today, sometimes you just need to shift into funny side. So I'm on. I yes, congratulate me. Like, there was another social media thing some years ago on like accolade. I deserve my accolade. Okay, let's be serious. Wishing you, yes, progress. Thank you. Yes, it's all about service at the end of the day, right? Thank you so much. Any other questions? um Michael Okech says you deserve this respect. Yes. Mm. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. This is funny. This is for the community, right? I'm just being funny here, but yeah, but definitely. Whew, yeah, a lot of this journey is for real, right? That's why when I see other people that um depending on what you want to do, who you see yourself to be, right? Invest in all of these things. Like, I've had to grow myself, right? um I've had to grow myself for me to be doing the things that I do. And it's about leveling up, right? But remember, to grow your capacity, it's all about personal development. It's how you increase your value in the marketplace. And yeah, the way I designed that program, I'm teaching it next Saturday. So, and then the price actually goes up, right? So early registration is on, but then if you register close to that day, then that's okay. You just have to pay more. That's all. That's what it is about. So yes, one of the reasons is because I believe this year is 2022 is the year of more. So even if you watch how I'm showing up this month, January, for me it's a new year, but you have to set the tone for the year for yourself. And what I realize is that For everything people want to achieve or do, it's you have to, it's the way you approach it is going to drive the outcomes. It's like what you put in is what will be amplified to what you get out, right? And this is why I launched this month, because hopefully once you go through that program, you are better equipped, right? It's equipping people so that you have more capacity for everything else, any other project, whether you want to launch your business or expand your business, or you're seeking leadership position, promotion, elevation, right? You want more. This is how you prepare for more. How do you communicate at the executive level? If you want to work with government stakeholders, there are ways you do it, right? There are ways you do it. So that's it. Ben says, Madam Tony, can we have skills on winning graduates or even more scholarships? What do you mean? Okay, what? Okay, like scholarships to my program? I'll be honest with you. Okay, maybe this is where transparency. This is the fact that you're seeing me here is my scholarship. The fact that if you go to my YouTube, I've put in resources, my time, everything. I put a lot out there. That's my way of serving the community. As a business person, if you want more, this is for executive leaders, right? That's those people are ready to go. I remember years ago, someone came to me and said, "Oh, Tony, I would like to. I work with fresh graduates." I said, "No, fresh graduates. Even if I want to see immediate results, like one of the testimony today, Miss Kabalaji. Yesterday, she ordered the class, and I got a message this morning. I was like blown away. She was like, Tony, I took the class, and 20 minutes into the class, you've opened my eyes. The reason I equip those leaders is overnight they will change and they will use it. A lot of people that are still very, very early, very, very new, that thing they will shelf, whatever I share with them, they can't use it. It's not relevant. The things that, so if you are not there, right, spend time on my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube. It's a school by itself. My YouTube is a school. So please, I invest my time and resources to produce those content. The hungry people that cannot afford me one-on-one or in my coaching, that's the best thing I could do as of right now. Now, a year or two from now, maybe I'll do more. But right now, the reason I show up in this format is my gift to the community. Those who now you have to give a gift to yourself. You have to go to school, right? So that's the full transparency. And you have to be at a certain level, really, to use that heavy lifting content I'm about to drop. So if you're not there, you're not there. But mature. We have things on my YouTube that will help you keep maturing and maturing. And then when you're an executive or you're a leader in a company, your company can pay for this, right? It's personal development, right? I remember, let me not even go. Let me not even go there. So, oh no, I missed. I was watching Kubalaji. Oh my gosh, she's back. Thank you for your testimonial that you sent to me. I was like, that was beautiful, right? I like, I want to know more. Like, you took the class and you're like 20 minutes in, right? That's really what all this, right? There are things I cannot share publicly, right? And when I have PowerPoints, graphs going down by line, like 3 hours, 2 hours, those are my classes, because I'm condensing years and years of experience, and I'm trying to synthesize it that it's a game changer. It's going to change you. It changes outlook, it changes perspective. And there are lots of testimonials. I remember even government officials take my classes. There was one in particular that, like, she was like, Tony, after I took your class, I'm a different person. Now I know what to do on my job. So my classes and programs are designed for leaders. Ben says, I guess I have to come back when I'm CEO. What I'm saying, okay, let me repeat myself, Ben. If you've not watched a good one third of my YouTube, right? Don't ask for scholarship. I'll be direct. You are, because what I've also found is that I put in time to create content, and I still sense that sometimes people want spoon feeding. I'm not a spoon feeder. Remember the analogy I started with. Okay? There is a certain maturity level people must demonstrate, and that is in how much hours they also invest in educating themselves. I cannot do that for people. So I look at the statistics on my YouTube and I laugh to myself, like, I will keep doing my part, investing, putting out there. But at the end of the day, the people who want transformation, you must invest, you will have to invest that time for yourself. And once you do that, and then you want more, because already the YouTube is packed. It's packed. Even my own website, toyumesri.com, I put in resources there for those who want to educate themselves out there. Now, when I say I'm hosting programs, events, coaching programs, education programs, it's actually designed for leaders, because it's not something you can't use it if you are not, if you don't have a product, if you don't have a service, if you don't have a company, if you are not in government. The level of intensity of the knowledge packed in my classes, you can't use it. It's yeah. So stay on YouTube if you're just at a certain level. I have to be honest at this point, right? Um because it's a lot. It's a lot. I teach at business school. Just December, I was teaching executives at their executive accelerated program, international trade. So I teach entrepreneurship and international trade, right? So that's really, as I'm telling you as it is right now. This is how I'm thinking right now. Now, if you check back 6 months from now, some of the work I want to do, in fact, okay, let me put some things out there. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Okay. There are certain conversations I'm having with certain entities. We started that conversation last year with certain entities. I won't name their names. They are major, major global entities where the conversation I'm having with them is they can pay me to serve you. Because okay, we're doing some stuff, right? Meaning they are entities that they have responsibility to advance business, trade, investments on the continent, right? Whether government agencies or blah blah blah, right? I'm not a charity. I think if again, if you're if this is your first time, please be, people who know me. I shoot straight. I don't go right. I shoot really straight. I'm very direct, and that's why I I hesitated coming online, because I'm clear, I'm direct. In business, we're not, if you're in diplomatic quarters, you do this, and I know how to do it. But what I found is that in business, clear communication, so that people don't make assumptions. When people don't communicate clearly, there's a lot of assumptions. Even in business, you have to clearly communicate to your customers, to your clients, let them know what they're buying into, let them know what you can do for them. Clear communication. So that's why I'm trying to be as clear as possible. So having said what I said, I am in talks with certain entities, several actually. Maybe I should put, well, I don't know. I don't want to put anybody on a blast, like including, say, for example, Lagos Business School, all of those things, right? Several entities were in conversation where, on behalf of their community, on behalf of small business owners, right, they want to sponsor certain things where I come in as a resource person to educate, and then they finance all of me. Because again, I'm not United Nations. I'm CEO Nazaru, founder Trade with Africa. I'm a businesswoman. I care enough to still build, to show up, educate, because people don't know what they need. So I care enough to do that. Beyond that, care enough about yourself to invest in those resources. That's my point. I hope I okay. Let me see. Kalabalaji, I'm sorry, Kabalaji, which, thank you so much. Right. So I'm really going to read this. I'm looking to learn. I'm seeing your post as a feedback, because you just took my class, my first class ever. the online course. So I'm reading this now publicly. You said your clarity on foreign aid versus foreign trade made me sit up. See, this is public. I'm reading this for the first time. Your clarity on foreign aid versus foreign trade made me sit up. I completely changed how I looked at what I want to do, and it removed any guilt. Thank you. I now see the importance of value exchange. Hallelujah. Halle- Hallelujah. 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 Thank you. See, I've been screaming it, right? Value exchange. So she's officially taking the Africa Trade and Investment course, and overnight she's now giving me feedback. I'm like, hallelujah. I'm singing. The angels are singing with me. I'm being very dramatic. My husband, I'm very dramatic. I know. Sorry, guys. If this is your first time, pardon me. Excuse my drama. Oh my gosh. Okay. I always preach separate charity from commerce. People damage internally, like inside of them. I see a lot of this on Clubhouse. I know they want to make money, but for some reason, the words and how they show up is conflicted. Oh, I'm helping Africa. No, help yourself first. Who is Africa? Who is Africa? Africa is a landmass. It's a geographic location. It's not a person. I'm helping Africa. Ha! You people. Okay, you want to build charity? Please raise funds, give to those who need it in the villages. But when you come into my space, please don't bring that. Please don't bring that. I only serve people who have commercial interests, meaning they want to make money, which is back to the answer I gave earlier. I'm giving you as it is right now. Now, I become a billionaire like Tony. Hey, ask me a different question. Me too, I will do charity. Okay. Oh my gosh. I say it as it is. I hope you're laughing with me. I hope so. So, everything is about value exchange. Value exchange. When you come into our spaces, even when you're engaging with government, it's what value are you bringing? What value? What are you selling? What are you buying? And if that is not your thing right now, it's then it's not like you're not there. That's what I mean. Just stay on YouTube first. But when you're ready to transact or you are preparing for your business, it starts within first. This thing I'm speaking truth to, it starts within. That's why that mindset is. We have to tackle that. Like, what do you believe? People say, oh, I need an investor. Does an investor need you? Right? It's in my courses. How you engage? Oh, I need for an investor. It's like, I need money. That's charity. I need an investor. Does an investor need anything that you have? Like, investor too is looking for a return on investment. They are not looking to give their money and put it down the drain. It's not charity. Guys, anyway, my own, you see why I don't want to show up like this? Because when you speak truth, many people don't want to hear truth. So pay me to hear more truth. Okay. Um, Gobalaji said Nollywood is calling. In fact, I am to tell you the truth, I get pulled into conversation, including Nollywood conversation from a perspective of exports. So Nollywood is an export of Africa, and some of the export agency, one of the leaders, right? I was actually in talks with Chicago. So really, jokes aside, right? These are the real stuff where we're talking about. Chicago is one of the media centers, right? Movie, film production, and part of the conversation that I've also had with leaders and economic development leaders here in Chicago. We started talking about building bridges around movie production, and one of the things they told me is like, hey, if Africa wants to produce its movie here, co-production, all of those things, Chicago, this is the home of Oprah and you know President Obama, right? So media is big here in Chicago, and they were like, it's even actually more affordable than Hollywood. So you see what I'm saying? Every topic is for me, it's like chiching. Let's make this real. So yeah, so Nollywood, Nollywood, there actually it's a trade engagement, and also Afrexim Bank also has a creative platform, Creative Africa Exchange. If you're in the creative industry, check that out, where they're also creating platforms to really invest in the creative industry on the continent, because again, it's about exports. Tourism is exports, right? Women involved, youth involved, it creates jobs. When you think about when you want to create one movie, the number of people you employ, the number of jobs you employ around. So Nollywood is yes, it's about entertainment, but it's the business of entertainment. Right. So those are the things I try to educate people. We tend to see the entertainment side, but we don't understand that these are commercial ventures, that people are building businesses behind these ventures. That's where I come in. I provide advisory services in that space, right? So I'll keep repeating this, because sometimes, when I started and I say, oh, trade with Africa, people were like, because they are not used, okay, people are not used to this. People are used to the begging bowl, help Africa, raising charity, the hungry. And trust me, I respect and honor that. What I'm trying to clearly say is what I'm, that's not what I do, right? I've had to be clear from day one, right? When I launched Trade with Africa Business Summit, I know what the battle, what we had to face to educate community, like trade with Africa business. The reason I put business in that description is not just trade with Africa. There are many business words inside that trade with Africa business summit. Number one, trade, buying and selling. Trade, buy and sell with Africa. Then I put business summit, so that it's for business executives, business leaders to educate themselves about the next economic frontier of the world. That is me. So I'm happy to educate people, so that don't approach me looking for I'm not in the business of charity. Please, even the fact that I'm even having to appeal, you can almost imagine what I've had to navigate behind the scene. Just the other day, somebody too in the charity world was like, Toyin, I need this. I'm like, yeah, at Nazaru, we do A, B, C, D, D for you. This is our process. And then she came back again with charity. I can't. I'm like, sorry. We've done enough charity, and people pick your lane, right? Let's not mix things together. I have nothing wrong with charity. In fact, when I teach entrepreneurship, I say, if you do step one, two, three, I get it. Charity, in a way, it's also a business model. You have to build something else. You have to build partner support. Your partners have to find. See, I don't. This is not today. I want to focus on today. I don't know why this conversation just went that way. I think it was based on some of the questions, right? Please pardon me. Excuse me. Let me stay focused. How to expand capacity for more growth is part of it. Be clear. Be clear with your intention. Start within yourself first. Am I for charity? Am I for commercial Interest. Meaning I'm investing my time, money, resources to also generate revenue for myself. I'm an entrepreneur. Call it out. I'm an entrepreneur. What do entrepreneurs do? They produce a product or a service to serve people, and the people who consume that service pay for the value they've created in the marketplace. Simple equation. Anything else? It's okay, but please just let's know what lane you're on. But if you're on the lane where you're raising funds to do things, we need that as well. See, that is needed, right? Make sure you build it in sustainable ways, right? I remember my interview with Scott Ford. Scott Ford is the single largest private investor in Rwanda. This is something we talk about at that level. He's an advisor to President Paul Kagame as well. In one of my interviews, so it's public, so I can share it publicly. He said, Toyin, just imagine if the work I was doing, right, with developing supply chain around coffee for Rwanda, imagine if I built it as a charity. Okay, I go to people, raise fund. Year one, they raise fund. Year two, we raise fund. Year three, if that fund, nobody's donating anymore, what have I done? I've put their livelihood at risk. And he said, we can't build this thing we are building, this global supply chain. We can't build it on charity. It's not sustainable. We have to, he said something, he said, I'm a commercial actor. See, people courageously tell me, and that's why I am courageously also sharing this thing. He said, Scott was like, Toyin, I'm a commercial actor. This is somebody that sold a business for $29 billion to Verizon. He said, that's my value in this landscape. That's my value. The people who want to do that, I can't be, if I build this thing on other people's charity, they can change their mind tomorrow and say they're not giving me money. Then what happens to this venture? Done. We're out. The people I made promises to that I'm buying their coffee, I can't afford to buy their coffee anymore. So I just put them in their livelihood. I put them in arm's way. Go and watch my if you're on my platform, you would access my interview with Scott Ford. He's the single largest private investor in Rwanda. He had to tell me, Tony, many people tell me do this, do that. He said, I can't do it. I'm a commercial actor. I build enterprises and I connect it to global markets. So the Starbucks of the world, Sam's Club, we have to build this thing. We may not make, like he said, it turned profit in year 9. He broke even, turned profit in year 9. So commercial actors and entrepreneurs, we are investing, but you have to put in that heart. But if you start year 1, charity, dependency, it's a crutch. You can't run this race. This international trade, you can't run it because the people controlling the purse strings, if they stop that flow of revenue, your business is over. Your venture is over because it's dependent on. And do you know one thing? I know I just thought that is what drives the caricature representation of Africa, because they have to pull the heartstrings of the donors. Those images you see, the fly on the kids, the reason that is the product that they have to tell a very terrible story for people to bring. They're tugging on the heartstrings of people to donate and rescue the fly on the women, the kids. And I'm telling you, fine. If that's what you want to do, fine. You have to do it really, really well. The people who have mastered it, they are good in telling that story. They are excellent, world class in telling. They will fly world class international photographers, fly on first class, stay in 5-star hotels. They will now go to the remotest parts of Africa, get the picture. They will produce that image, bring it back, put it on their website, and then people start donating. If that's what you're doing, that's fine. I'm just calling it out. That's why that world is sustained. They have to tell that story because they are begging, they are pulling, and it's millions of dollars are pouring into it. Africa is this, Africa is that. That is what drives that narrative. And I'm saying, I see it, I understand it. In my classes, I will teach you how to recognize it, because if you go into those rooms, you will be sucked in. The reason I educate people in that world is don't mix it up. Kabalaji said, and this is why people are surprised that there is massive wealth in Africa. Right. So when somebody like myself now comes with trade with Africa, people are like, this same Africa that we've been donating to. Right? The shocker. This same Africa that they tell us for how many years that is poor, corrupt, this. Like, Tony, your story is not adding up. Where is the evidence? I'm like, don't worry. Wait Just keep waiting. Today, for example, something massive happened on the continent. The launch of the Pan African payment settlement system. Africa on the move, man. What it means, people will be well, I won't, this is not, I'm trying not to just turn this conversation totally. All I was trying to do today was just how to expand your capacity, but some energy in this spaces just drew that out of me. So let me control myself. Another day, another time, we'll see you again. We'll talk about Africa again. So please let me bring myself back home. That's it. It's a wrap. I'm wrapping this up now because you guys are like you're stringing me along. You want more, I get it. We'll come back again, right? So please, if you want to learn more, toyimessi.com. Just in general, you can learn more. But sign up for my the game plan, 12 strategies for winning. It's capacity building for achieving success. Kobalaji, thank you. The honor is mine. Here's someone that she's taking my class, and she was like, when I saw your message, I was like, that's it. That's what all this is about, right? Education is power. Be enlightened, people. If all you know is what you read on the headline, then you need to dig deeper. Okay. Thank you. See you around. That's it. I'm wrapping this up, and let me wrap up this side first, and then we'll wrap up Instagram.